What's good, everybody? This is Y and Z, conversation between the generations. I represent probably one of the greatest generations ever to grace this face of the earth. Y, aka the millennials. My partner, my co-host in crime, over there on the other side, who's looking a little lost because that's what his generation is, lost. We try to help him out as much as we can. Dear brother, representing Gen Z, Xavier Lewis, how are you this week?
Good God, how are everybody out there in Radio Land? I'm just playing. No, what's going on, everybody? Doing well. If you're looking at me, you know what time it must be. And it is that nice, chilly, cool season among us. When I saw that highs were gonna be in the 60s, I was like, oh, this is my kind of
See,
time.
we not even see. Here's the sad part. I'm in Texas. We not even down that far yet. It's ridiculous how excited I was for a cold front to be described, and the high is still in the 70s. But it feels great out there. Like I was like, yes, about damn time, because the sun be sunning, it'd be hot, and
Bruh.
I like layers and long sleeves and pants.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
yeah.
But anyways, like, share, subscribe wherever you find your podcast, Spotify, Apple, YouTube. We're on them all. So like, share, link, whatever you may do, and subscribe. Join in this conversation. We're going to have some fun because we're sitting here. It is the middle of October, which is, in my opinion, one of the greatest months there is in the year. Let's go there, sir. Let's use that as the door. October being one of the greatest months in the year. Period. Thoughts?
I mean,
Eh,
uh,
eh. Okay, here's why.
eh.
Here's why. Number one is fall, cooler temperatures. Cuffing season is kind of started, although I'm no longer a participant in cuffing season. It was still a special time.
You are cuffed.
Cuffed for life. You've got every major sport in this country being played at the same time. Basketball is going to start. Football is
Mm-hmm.
going to swing. Baseball is in the middle of playoffs, and the NHL season just started. So, whatever major sport you're a fan of, it's going down now. You of course got Halloween. You've got TV shows back in the day they would come back. So some of your favorite primetime shows have returned, and then it's also homecoming season. Like,
I won't say that, but it is. It's just like it's very congested.
but that's what makes it. There is no other. There's only one other stretch of time, and to me, that's not dedicated simply to a month that compares with October. Like, what month coming to your mind would you put ahead of October?
May,
What the hell? May.
May,
Allergies? We love the
graduation season.
Mother's Day. So m- graduation season isn't just May though. It's
That's
also
May.
June. It's also June.
Ain't nobody really graduating in June.
What do you mean high schools?
Maybe
I mean, hell,
graduate in May.
the slogan for June is dads and grads. So nobody's thinking about graduation
June
today.
for
Yeah,
real. This is
dads,
news to me. I've never heard this.
dads and grads. Because Father's Day
June,
and yeah, June.
really?
Yeah. Yeah. At
Well,
least
I
that's how
mean,
it
I
was in the
guess
Northeast.
October is busy.
Which is why it's great. Fall festivals, apples,
Busy,
pumpkins,
busy,
all that good
busy,
stuff.
busy.
So you just want a nothing month.
Not this, but I grew up just like, October is here. Uh, it's about to be tiring.
Really?
Because, okay, let me just, so we had homecomings, you had your high school homecoming, you had your college homecoming, you have birthdays, because for some odd reason, everybody and their grandmama born in October. You have, you have, you got those, and then like growing up in church, a lot of church events
Or
happen in
good,
October.
good fall revival.
Homecomings, church anniversaries, pastors appreciation, all that stuff happening in October too. So it got to the point people want to do fall revival. This is happening 24/7 around the clock in my October.
That sounds like Gen Z just being like, oh, I don't want to do nothing. I'm
It's too
tired.
much. It's too much overstimulation.
Sir, it's
If
called.
I could just have about half of what happens in October, maybe not even half, just about 75%. It's just that extra 25% on that back end that's just like,
It's called life, and it makes you appreciate it. Like, because I guess specifically from an old school view lens, October is the one month where it's like slightly normal. Because like September is the start of things, you kind of get into the groove. October, you in the midst. You in the midst. Because then come November, especially in college, you looking ahead for finals and breaks and holidays and all the kinds of like October is the yeah, this is what
midterms. Uh, do you know
they
they get fall break now?
some schools, like elementary, the school, my school's district out here, they just had a weird fall break, but you know,
Most no. Well, I will say maybe something, but I didn't have it growing up. Did you have fall break growing up? What
no.
I'm saying, I would have loved a 3 day or a 5 day break in the middle of October.
I feel like we made it had some teachers conferences. But
I
yeah.
don't remember a fall break.
And then, sir, you touched on it. Like homecoming season is special, especially for those of us with an HBCU background. Homecoming is like, come on, man. Hey, what? Nothing is touching homecoming season. Like,
No, no. But let's trace it though. We needed, we people back in the gap, when HBCU was first beginning, they started off and you just needed a reason to come back together because life, now, but especially back then, you graduate from your HBCU, you are an educated black individual, and the world still treats you like garbage. So that homecoming season was a sense of revitalization, a sense of, hey, this is what we went through all of this for. And I'm loving to see how it's transitioning in the sense. Of course, we'll talk about it later on about the festivities and stuff. But as far as like that essence of homecoming just being a reason to come back together, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
so you are fresh out for the most part. You recent. To
Yeah, yeah. 20. This second, yeah, as an alumni, right?
have you had that alumni homecoming experience?
Yeah, I had mine in 2023. That
Okay,
was
so
my first.
this is
Yeah,
for second. Has you had your homecoming yet for this year? And
yeah. But that's why I said I could talk about something later on that happened at our homecoming that's making me start to get pissed off about some stuff.
fill me in. What happened? Come on, bro.
Man, them YNs came out there ski masked up. And you got to know where my HBCU is. My HBCU is in the middle of nowhere. We're in the country. We don't have them kind of problems where we got to worry about somebody shooting on campus. Why are we dealing with that this year? Like that don't make no sense. But that's just that doesn't have anything to do with homecoming. It's more so just the sign, the times changing and all of that kind of stuff. But we don't do that. Like you take that to the cities and maybe they can expect that out there because they're in the middle of the city. But we in the country. We don't deal with that out here. We out here to stand in the middle of a field, have a great time, and do what we do.
So let me add. So you only have a couple under your belt, but
Right, right.
what's the difference you found between your UG in school homecoming experience versus now you growing and out and really coming home? What have you found to be the
The
difference?
the biggest difference, I'm just like, as an alumnus, I'm just like, man. And it was so funny because that first year I was only a couple months removed, but I was just like, man, things sure have changed, man. Meanwhile, I just graduated in May, but I'm looking around like, man, things sure have changed, hadn't they? Boy, y'all don't know how to get down like we did. But making those statements, I will say, but like, and on an alumnus point of view, it's less stress. I'll put it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes as an undergrad, you feel stressed to make each homecoming feel like the best homecoming you've ever had. And you'll do crazy things or whatever like that, or like coming up to your senior homecoming, you want to go out with a bang. So you thinking about, oh, what's gonna happen, all this, all that. But as an alumnus, And the biggest difference is undergrad, you're doing stuff all week leading up to that Saturday. From Sunday to Saturday, you're doing stuff all week.
Mhm.
By the time that Saturday get there, you just need a nap. But as an alumnus, I come in on Thursday night, maybe Friday morning, and I'm coming in with a bunch of energy.
You got 48 hours.
What?
40,
A 48-hour
40
window. That's all I
48.
need.
Maybe at a most 72, but that's pushing it because getting a little
Right, right. You see what I'm saying?
can't hang quite like I used to, but I'll give you a strong 48. I'll give you
Boy,
a strong
boy,
48.
boy. When I tell you, and that be a strong 48.
Man, I've only come home for one because I come from the place of the greatest homecoming there ever was.
It's
Sung
hard
about,
to beat a Howard homecoming. I will say that.
sung about, legendary. But I lived in DC 4 years after, so even coming back as an alum,
Right.
Howard, I was up on Howard's campus like every other week for something, something, whether it was a
Right,
frat
right.
thing or mentoring or whatever it may be. So my first actual real going back was last year. Was it last year? Yeah, last year was my first, like, I've been away and actually coming home. And yeah, there was no better feeling. Just that coming back and seeing folk you ain't seen in a minute, reconnecting, and remembering those good days and being able to turn up for 48 hours with a nap somewhere in there every now and then. Cause
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. You gonna find yourself sitting on that lawn chair, dozing off for about a good 15 minutes.
That's all you need is good. Yeah, let me just close my eyes for 15. Or hey, we going back to your spot real quick.
Real
Let
fast.
me get that corner on the couch. Just recharge real
I
quick.
don't even need a whole bed. I don't need a whole bed.
This be me.
So I
That's all just
when I say that is me at a tailgate tent right there, somebody that I know, and I'm sitting over there, a plate barely hanging on with a piece of bone chicken on it. And I'm like, okay, hold on, let me just take this little nap. And I done put that cap over my eyes because the sun hitting me right here. So I'm like, okay, hold up, I gotta finesse this nap right quick.
yeah.
So I gotta ask you,
Mhm.
what was in undergrad? What was like your favorite? Which year would you say is your favorite homecoming? And what was your favorite homecoming event?
Ooh. Hmm. I don't know if there's a favorite year
Okay.
because it's almost like growing up to an extent where it's like, okay, a freshman year was like, oh, eyes wide open. Oh,
Bust wide open.
sophomore year was the okay, I think I know what I'm doing. And you find out you really don't because you went a little too hard. And a little too hard, I mean, me and my boy killed a bottle of Everclear in about 30 minutes, and I've never touched Everclear since. Um, junior junior year was solid. I think senior year is that special one because it's just like
You know it's the last one
it's it's
as
it's
an undergrad.
it's the last as an undergrad. The fit you see in the finish line, like it's really like, yeah, this I know what I'm doing. I know how to handle it. So yeah, that just that attitude of senior year. One of my favorite events during my time at Howard, there was an org that started this event called 1,000 Bottles. And literally it was just an upscale open bar party with literally 1,000 bottles of alcohol. It
What?
was just it was
A
just
good time, right? Just a
a good
good
time.
time.
It was just a good time because we dress to the nines, we fly, and it's just once again, this was like senior year, so it's just like that yeah, this everybody is, you've had your internships, people are making moves, you've seen, and so it's just really like that, yeah, that young energy. Barack was in office. It was just a feel good time. Like it was just feel good time. Feel good time. And so yeah, for me that's one that stands out. And so yeah, stories I just can't tell on this podcast. Past life.
Man, I gotta say, so my experience is a little bit different. Technically, I only had one undergrad homecoming
Yeah, because you was
because I came in, and that was 2020. We ain't do no homecoming that year,
oh yeah, you had COVID. Yeah. Oof.
right? And then 2021 home. Yeah, that's right. I technically only had one homecoming as an undergrad because I only did the 2 years. Um,
So let me
but
so let
then
me
like a
so quick shift there real quick since you mentioned that. Do you feel like in your position as because there are people who take that path. I can do school accelerated for a
right.
variety of reasons. I'm curious, do you feel like you missed out something possibly?
It depends on your personality. I'll put it like that. I think I think the biggest thing with that is I think I excelled in it only because I'm such a people person. So even with only being there for 2 years and then, hanging around a little bit that first year of being an alumnus, I was just like, okay, people know me anyway. I don't feel like I missed out on anything because I'm me. People just know me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and especially coming out of it, because my first job after graduating from Alcorn was being an Alcorn admissions recruiter. So I was still always on campus
Right.
anyway. Either way it was working and then all that kind of stuff. So I don't feel like I necessarily missed out on anything, but I can see where a lot of people might feel like they missed out on stuff because they probably need time to warm up to it. For the average person in college, you need, your first 2 years, you still warming up to the ideas of college itself.
Mm-hmm.
But I just kind of came in being who I am naturally, and I just kind of clicked it off real fast. So I don't necessarily think I missed out on anything personally, but I could see a lot of people feeling like they missed out on an extreme lot, not having a full four.
See, I did the 5-year plan because I transferred, and
Right, you did tell me that.
the best thing about that was my first year. Once I knew I was transferring, and once I knew that grades didn't really count, I really got to enjoy the no consequences lifestyle to an extent, and get that all out of my system before coming to Howard.
Right, right.
So that so to me, I feel like that time, like, yeah, like I said, it's we, that part of that, I now know how to do this. I now know how to approach it versus I could easily have seen myself getting quite in trouble at a school like
Yeah.
Howard if that had been the first school I had made it to. Like I understand.
You see what I'm saying? Like if anything, I don't feel like I missed out on anything, but I'm glad I might have did only them 2 years because had I been there two more, oh my.
Oh no, 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 no. By the time you got to your junior, well, no, you that should be past you. Like I can excuse you in your freshman year. Like, yeah, it's a lot, it's overwhelming. Been there, done that, understand that. But no, 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 no. You
You
wouldn't have had no
making
excuse.
crazy mistakes in your junior year, ain't it? That ain't it. That ain't it. So yeah, I think so my favorite like campus sponsored event, we did like a was that for this? Yeah, it was for that. We did like a blues concert.
Ooh.
Uh but nobody came.
I'm about to say, what y'all know about the Blues? Y'all don't even appreciate.
Man, none of them students came. But me, I'm up in there, I'm vibing. I'm like, oh, this it. This up my alley. Now, granted, so my favorite, I think that was great. And then we also, the first time we did a silent headphone party, that was pretty lit. We did it for the first time, and it was like, oh, I see the hype. I see the hype. You got three different DJs, your headphones, you can just choose which DJ you want to listen to. And it was lit. Like one DJ was playing like nonstop upbeat music. The other DJ was doing like R&B. He was playing the oldies, and then another one was playing like a mix of the two. So it was like real good. The first time we did that was pretty lit. My favorite non-campus sponsored event, and it's always crazy to think that this event is not campus sponsored because everybody go to it. We do a big bonfire right outside of the
I
school
think I
gates.
think I've heard. Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah, I've heard of that. Okay, yeah.
It's right behind the back gate. And when I say right behind it, I mean like right behind the back gate. You can see the security officers. You can crawl to the security officer's booth. It's right there. So we do a big bonfire that Friday night after the step show.
So what is the event? What is the event for Alcorn State's homecoming, or what is
The
Alcorn's
bonfire.
bonfire?
I'm telling you, you gonna so that's more so when everybody comes. Like everybody used to, and unless you Greek or anything, you're not really going to the step show or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Or you got people that's Greek or whatever in your friend group, but other than that, everybody is going to pull up to the bonfire. Everybody coming to that bonfire. When I say everybody, everybody coming to the bonfire.
For us, it used to be Yard Fest. I don't know what it is now because things are kind of changing. Uh,
Right, right. Yeah,
Yard,
that bonfire, man, it be lit out there. It be all us just standing in a big old pasture, just lit, lit DJ, everything, good time, people talking, laughing, having fun. The music is going, but the music not so loud that you can't enjoy the rest of, just people seeing people, you know what I'm saying, like stuff like that. So it's lit for real.
Yeah, so it's for how as long as the weather's good, Yard Fest is that event. That's the big concert right on the middle of the main quad. Just it's a who's who of people who have come through because it's
It,
house.
it really is. And that's the only thing I always envied about bigger schools like Howard, like your Spell House, like CAU, Hampton, throw that them in there. TSU coming up with they line up when they do their homecoming concert. I'm always kind of jealous because Alcorn is never done for real, a homecoming concert. That's just never something Alcorn has done. For the most part, because in the spring we do a week of events. We call it Brave Fest, and we normally like do an artist for that.
Hmm.
We'll bring somebody in the springtime, but for homecoming, we never did that. For homecoming, you got coronation. That's a big event. You got the step show. That's a big event. Those are your main two big events right there. Step show, coronation, non-school. Well, this really just kind of just started 3 years ago with the bonfire. That just started, and then the game on Saturday. That's all.
Yeah, we had the parade, but yeah, Yard Fest is the one consistent. Like I said, it's still finding its new identity. But what's funny is you can always tell the age range of the people based on where they are on the yard. The younger you are, the closer you are to the stage. As you matriculate, you get
Back
further
on
away
up a
because it
little
ain't
bit.
about it no more. You just there to engage and socialize with the people and catch up and yeah, Yard Fest has had some epic moments. You've seen the Drake meme,
Oh yeah,
in the Red Howard sweatshirt. You know,
we don't care.
but
We
it's,
we we all know about Howard and the pristineness of it all.
we are what we are, and we are soon to hopefully be, the representative of the next president of these here United States. But anyways,
Hey, but I gotta say, like, when it so in your mindset, the older you got, I want to ask you this question concerning the homecoming game. Because I think the thought and the idea of actually going to the game changes as you matriculate too.
yeah, to an extent, still ain't nobody trying to go to the game. 'Cause, I mean, for the past decade, we've had a tailgate which has gone on at the same time. The tailgate was really the party, and the tailgate isn't happening anymore. Um, so and our stadium isn't all that big because we're in the middle of the city, so there's only so much space.
Right.
So it's
Oh, right.
not like
That's something I'm unfamiliar with is like city homecoming because our stadium is on our campus, and our campus, like I said before, is in the middle of nowhere. We just
you
tailgate
got
outside the stadium. We got
yeah.
all this land and
Our stadium. We there's high school stadiums here in Texas, which puts Howard's to shame. But like I said, it's on Texas got space. Like I said, we smack
right,
dab.
right.
There is no school like smack dab in the middle of DC like that.
That's real. That's real.
Limited, and so yeah, it's not like the stadium isn't this all big thing that you're like, oh yeah, no, it's right there next to the auditorium, and it's I love Howard, but it's
Crazy.
nothing special. It is
I
what.
mean, I used to really want to go to the game. I mean, this is kind of, I mean, I guess because I grew up so close to my university. When by the time I got there for college, I had already went, through high school. That's just what me and my friends should do. Get together or something like that, or be with some family, and we'll go and ride up for the game. Like that's just what it was. So I had been to the game so many times at this point. By the time I actually became a student, I was like, I don't know if I just really want to go into the game. Like, I just want to sit out, tailgate, eat, laugh, do all that junk. And that's all I want to do. I don't really actually care about going into the game anymore.
I mean, to be honest, as an undergrad, low key too smack to even care. Like You're having a good time, Friday. You need some recovery time. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. That 2021, I got in the game. I mean, I don't know how I made it there. High out of my mind. My auntie calling me, talking about stand up so I can see you. I ain't seen you all day. I'm like, auntie, I can't stand up. I can't stand up. I'm high. That sun hitting me. I'm like, I'm sitting there trying to enjoy the game. Can't do it.
yeah, no, yeah. Saturday morning is for getting ready for the afternoon and Saturday night. Like, so, yeah. So for me, it was the game wasn't like, yeah, the end all be all to go to for homecoming. It was, as the slogan says, at Howard, we've never lost a party. We'll lose the game, but we've never lost a party. You know,
Okay. I'm not familiar with that slogan, but I'm lit with it. I
I mean,
like that.
oh yeah, that's the yeah. We'll always yeah. And like I said, now that we actually started winning some stuff, don't let us become a sports school too, and we actually winning games and we still winning the parties. Anyways, conversation Y and Z conversation between the generations. Like, share, subscribe. Did you do the homecoming? Have you traveled to many other homecomings? You know, did you do the whole?
Nah, man, I never really did that, honestly. Only because I'm not a party person. Um, and
Really,
I'm
really?
not. To tell you, surprisingly, I'm a very kickback-ish person. I love the idea of open space. I hate the idea of going into a building with few to limited exits and trying to have a great time. Because at some point, I'm just gonna get paranoid. I really am, and not in a sense of like, oh, I need to get up out of here, but I'm not gonna be able to have a good time because I want to be so busy surveying the room. Because it's just a different day. I'm telling you, bro, it's a different day and age, and I don't want nothing to pop off. And now here I am, 250 pounds, knocking over this little girl that's 120 pounds, trying to shake that thing. Sorry, little mama. I'm just trying to get up out of here. I ain't trying to hurt nobody, but I have a real problem with parties. I love open space. Like, give me in the field, bonfire, a speaker. That's a good time.
Is that because at your level of experience, you don't have a lot of open air around to you? You know, you're congested. You know, it's a
I
lot of
mean,
heads and stuff at that level that you experience life at. You know,
not necessarily.
I don't have that problem. You know, I've always enjoyed the open air above a crowd. Um, you know, there's a lot of space up here. You know,
He's trying to make a short joke, but I'm gonna tell you something. When I first met Jason, I remember him specifically saying, "Oh, you're taller than I thought you were." Jason thought I was a midget.
not a
But
midget, but you know, you had a little more height than I was expecting, which is, you know, which doesn't say a lot because there's not a lot of height there to begin with. So
Oh, ooh, okay.
go
We're
hold
gonna
back,
leave it
sir.
at that.
Go hold back, sir. Go ahead.
We're
Go
gonna leave it at that. But yeah, I prefer a kickback style event over a party, and a lot of other HBCUs just do a lot of partying and stuff like that. And I'm fine with that. And like I said, I'm not even big on games either. So unless I just know some people at that particular HBCU that I can go tailgate with or something like that,
ahead.
I ain't really trying to pull up.
I hear that. I mean, that's part of his experience. You know, I
Right, right.
definitely want to check out Ho one day. That's one I have net. I never made it because Ho and Howard always ended up being like the same weekend. So it was like I'm not gonna miss
Mine, right.
mine
Just to go visit
for that.
another.
Right, but yeah, Ho is one. Now that I'm here in Texas, I want to check out TSU one day.
Yeah, go
Um,
ahead with Texas Southern, brother.
I thought that was like 2 weeks ago. I think I already missed it. But again, it's also like I don't really know anybody there, so
Right, right, right,
unless I'm
right.
getting up with some frat or something, it'd be like, okay, yeah, let me come through. I haven't had much of a reason, but it's on the agenda to hopefully get up there and check out because it's
Yeah,
all
I mean, I'm down here in New Orleans, man. I'm not. I'm not going to Southern's homecoming. No.
why not? Why not? Why not?
Never. What?
I mean, I don't know all the regional beefs of you smaller HBCUs down there or down here, so Like,
oh.
like
The
me.
SWAC ain't never been small. Remember that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when it comes to that, I just can't bring myself to go to another SWAC school and go to their homecoming. That's Valley, Jackson State, Southern, Grambling. I ain't going.
Not even Grambling?
I ain't going to Grambling. Well, now Grambling homecoming will probably be the close. Grambling and Valley is probably the closest style of homecoming that I'm used to. I will say that. Um, but Southern and Jackson State, they're more inclined to each other because they're actually in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I ain't doing that. Them YNs be out there with them. I ain't going out there. No, 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 no.
You are one of them YNs.
Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Them YNs are ruthless. They ain't got no code. You pulling up broad daylight to the party with a skull cap on. And not a skull cap. This is a skull cap. Ski mask. Why is it broad daylight? You got on a hoodie, ski mask, skinny jeans, all black Air Force Ones.
That's the tail end of your generation that y'all have failed. Y'all just, failing the tail end of Gen Z.
Ski mask, hoodie, black skinny jeans, all black Air Force
We know
Ones.
what all black Air Force energy is. I mean, as he wears
All black
a black skull cap.
Air Force
You
Ones.
probably got a pair on right now, don't you?
I don't wear Air Force
Matching.
Ones.
Whoa, don't disrespect it. Air Force Ones now. Okay.
That's a bulky shoe, bruh.
Whoa,
That's a heavy shoe. You know
sir.
what I got on right now? Crocs. All of my Croc lovers and wearers make some noise. Woo, woo. I have a pair of Crocs for every occasion. Woo. I don't like shoes. I'm not a big shoe person.
I mean, I'll take that, but Crocs, sir. Anyways, you will.
Crocs. Crocs are amazing. Pull up to the homecoming with Crocs on. You're going to be able to have the best homecoming of your life. You ain't got to worry about them feet being on fire the whole day because you just got a fresh pair of shoes on. Unless they're New Balance. New Balance are very comfortable. I'll wear some New Balance. I'll wear some Vapor Max. I'll wear them. Air Max. I love them.
We'll have to have a shoe conversation another day, but it's Y and Z conversation between the generations. Like, share, subscribe. Please tune in. We thank you for any time you have spent with us. If you have a take, you got a question, statement, make it. We'll debate it. We'll talk about it. If you want to, get your insights on how bad Gen Z is, we take them. You want to praise the millennial generation, we'll take that too. If you think you can call us out about something, please, because he's tried over there. He's tried. Hasn't quite happened successfully yet. But anyways, why is he the divide? J Clark 787, the real Xavier Lewis, the Lewis brand. Until next week, sir. I know I'll be staying off social media this weekend because it's Howard Homecoming and I'm not going to be there. I'm a little salty. The 100th year, but anyways, we should hit one up next year. We should hit one up together. Maybe I'll come out
Do a new school. Let's go to CAU. Let's go to Clark Atlanta.
all the way out to Clark Atlanta.
Man, it's Atlanta, bro.
I'll see if I
Or
can.
let's do Clark Atlanta. I'd rather do Clark Atlanta over Spellhouse.
I'll get the permission from the wife and we'll see what happens. But anyways, until next time. Peace.
Peace.